Welcome to Entrepreneur Talks. Our special guest today is Jason Todd. He's a managing director at Thinker Ventures. How are you, Jason?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you very much for coming. You are a very active and well-known professional in the area, but for the people that don't know too much about you and Thinker Ventures, can you share a little bit of both and how you are helping the entrepreneurs in the area?
Sure. So Thinker Ventures is a business development company. About 20% of our work are with entrepreneurs and people who have business concepts. We help them iterate on those concepts and become revenue producing. 80% of our work is with small and mid-sized manufacturers, anywhere between maybe 2 to 20 million. For those companies, they may be stuck. They may be stuck because they're in a decline and need things to turn around. Or maybe they're stuck trying to seek after opportunity and they just need some momentum to get over kind of that speed bump and figure out how to get to point B. So that's how we engage with entrepreneurs and with small and mid-sized businesses.
Do you think that printed media is dying, is going to die, and the people must just start jumping into the digital era?
Printed media?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think statistically printed media has shifted in its necessity. My experience is, and I think some of the research would show it, is that printed media did suffer rather significantly with the rise of social media. But there's a transient nature to social media. So social media, you see news and events and you just flip through them.
Right.
You read a story and you're on to the next one so easily that it's very easy to forget what you just read. There's nothing permanent about it. And so things like news and events, you find out through those through social media. Because of the active engagement, people spend several hours a day on social media. Because of the active engagement of social media, there's a great way to interact with consumers or with business professionals on social media. However, due to the lack of permanence, there's a space for printed media. It's just a different space and a different communication than what you utilize online.
So we are living in this transition, basically. They are in a transition.
There's a swing back to printed media because of its permanence, and because like the idea of supply and demand. Okay, well now the amount of mail that a person receives has gone down dramatically. So if now you send mail, you're more likely to stand out.
Makes sense. Based on your professional experience, which could be the two biggest challenges that your customers are facing locally?
Sure. I think there are a lot of challenges. One is operationally. A lot of entrepreneurs are wearing all the hats in a business, kind of out of necessity. And so they are doing things, and I get caught in it too, probably you do too. We get caught doing things that we're no good at and we don't like. Which is sort of foolish. Yeah. Right? Because it takes everybody.
Right.
There's a space for a really great accountant. If you can't do that, you should probably go get one of those people. And if you're not really great at sales, well, you should go find somebody who does want to talk to people.
Which makes sense. Right.
And there is that idea of you have to learn all about your business. You have to be able to you're implementing all of those facets, but really being connected to other professionals who can help you in the areas that you are not ready to work in or you're deficient in, I think is necessary. So that's a challenge, wearing all the hats and then being able to become connected and find out where do I go for resources in those spaces that I'm really not great at.
And be aware to know when it's time to delegate to someone with
totally. And that's a skill in itself. And how do you go about learning that? Who do you learn from?
Really interesting. For the people that want to reach you because they have questions or maybe need your advice, which could be the best way to reach you?
Our website is always a great way, thinkerventures.com. Also our phone number, 815-516-0500. But thinkerventures.com has a lot of good content on it. Also, it outlines clear ways that we can assist in businesses. Again, for entrepreneurs, small businesses, mid-sized businesses, because we have services across that run the gamut.
You also have a new initiative, well, not new, that is 1 million cups.
1 million cups, yeah.
So how is about that?
Yeah, every Wednesday at 9 a.m., we listen to an entrepreneur or a small business owner talk about the amazing thing that they're doing in this area. And they present their concept in front of maybe 25 people. We ask some questions. We ask, what's the product or service? Who's the target audience? What's amazing about the management team? And why is this individual here? Right. And if they can answer those 4 questions successfully, maybe they've really got something. And then after the fact, people give feedback. They get connected. It's really a fun time. It's a great community, and there's free coffee.
Really interesting. Thank you very much for being with us, Jason. And for you folks, thank you very much for being with us, and see you the next week in Entrepreneur Talks. Thank you very much.